In 2005, the museum rebranded, taking a new big N logo, which I've got some to give away if you're excited, maps and guidebooks. Flogging the merchandise. There'll be an invoice in the post. That visual metaphor for the organisation and its mission needed to deliver more than just a change in the logo, and particularly needed to feed through to our staff and visitors. And Visitor Services took this as an opportunity to drive cultural change in our customer service approach to the development of a brand values and quality-based customer service delivery training programme. Building on this positive momentum and having reviewed existing visitor service benchmarking, service quality and marketing evaluation data, I reviewed the visitor services department and restructured the focus clearly on the operational imperatives of visitor information provision, ticket sales and inevitably crowd management. More critically, whilst acknowledging the operational efficiency and excellence that undoubtedly existed, it highlighted to me a significant disconnect and lack of brand personality in our visitor interactions. This led me to set a broad service excellence objective for the department, targeting a tangible and measurable upturn in the quality and value of staff interactions with our visitors. In turn, the departmental review put in place some practical foundation stones to allow the Visitor Services Management team the resources and focus to take ownership for developing their staff and services. Firstly, through changing all the roles and work patterns to allow greater access to our training and development programme and to allow effective performance management and to place that as our lead management competency. Secondly, through creating suitably resourced team structures with management teams that can develop, motivate and personally invest in their team and their area of expertise and see the value of that contribute to the overall visitor service delivery. Thirdly, introducing the visit planner service to proactively target individual visitors' information and planning needs in key decision-making locations around the museum to better represent and promote the very complex museum offer. And finally, introducing a programme of targeted service quality surveys and the qualitative visitor feedback collection to help drive the continuous improvement and measure visitor impact. And now, over to Serena for the detail. Serena is the Training and Development Manager for Visitor Services and has led on the emerging training and development programme from its inception and also delivered the Visit Planner and our Darwin Centre staffing projects. And I'll hand that over to you to explain how.
Okay, thank you, Ian. Good afternoon, everybody. So first of all, what is a visit planner? Well, I'd like to have one with me, but unfortunately they're very busy at the moment. But in their own words, they describe themselves as a walking index. We are here to help customers, we're here to help our visitors customise and plan their stay at the museum, whether it be 4 hours or 15 minutes, and to create a tailored, age-specific, interest-driven plan, a plan of attack on the museum's extensive collections and activities. So how we began this whole process was obviously through recruitment. Now recruitment was slightly different in terms of the way we brought this new team in. The first time ever in Visitor Services we had a recruitment centre where we tested them on teamwork, presentation skills, knowledge and flexibility. We then obviously selected the right people once we were happy with that and began the induction and implementation process. The approach to induction again was different here. The standard sort of sheep-dip approach to visitor services were not applicable to this team. They were brand new to the organisation. From the outset, we involved the team themselves and other stakeholders in designing the training. Individual development needs and team development needs were also considered throughout the whole process. We also utilised individuals' personal strengths to begin a self-managed strategy. So, for example, if somebody came to the new team with extensive experience or knowledge of presentation skills, we used them to help us design and deliver presentation training for the rest of the team. And also our wider vision for the visit planner team is that they are self-managed, so each one of them in turn will become team leader for the week. We're also extremely aware in the induction process that this new team to a well-established visitor services department might have on the existing teams. And we used Tuckman's model from the beginning to talk about the storming process, which they found very beneficial, and help them to expect some certain reactions and behaviours from perhaps other team members. We also had the benefit of a lot more time, as this was a new team to the operation. They weren't missed from the operation, so we could spend a lot more time on the whole induction process. Part of this training was a branding exercise that we did with the visit planner team themselves. The Natural History Museum has a strong brand and strong brand qualities which are built into our service delivery training. We used that as a template so that the visit planners could create their own identity. We found that this led to a group understanding and a group direction that they had all inputted into and all agreed on. And here's a part of their own personal mission statement. We aspire to engage the public and promote active learning through our own enthusiasm and attentive approach to both science and customer service, ensuring every member of the public that we meet takes something positive home with them and leaves with a memorable and lasting museum experience. In terms of our competitors, other museums and other galleries, we recognise that this particular service is quite pioneering. To improve our standards, as Ian's already mentioned, we required a more personal approach. We do understand that other museums and galleries have a visit planner service which is perhaps online or a leaflet service. But in terms of our team, we require them to have extensive knowledge and understanding of the organisation as a whole, what our scientists are working on behind the scenes, what other departments' objectives and aims are, and how we can communicate that to our public about the relevant work of our scientists and other departments, and try and get rid of some of those misconceptions that the Natural History Museum is static and perhaps not forward-thinking. The team itself is fluid and flexible and can adapt to organisational needs as well as service needs. And with our innovative approach, delivering bespoke guidance to our visitors and being able to upsell events and promote events at the same time. Supporting revenue-generating activities is also extremely important, and we have a continuous consultation service. The visit planner role itself is continuously evolving, and key members of the team meet up regularly with other departments to find out exactly what they're working on and make sure that we are actually up to date. And this, of course, works both ways. We're able to provide a consultative approach as well. We become an authority on our visitors' behaviour. So if another department is perhaps planning a new exhibition or new visitor interaction, we can help with guidance on that. Checking is also extremely important. Are we getting it right? Do we have the right approach to promoting another department's event? Has something changed? Do we need to change it? If we do, we can do that. Part of this is also team meetings, and the team have become very good at sharing their learning with each other. So the key learning points, realisations and results from this whole process so far is that we've really recognised in visitor services that off-the-floor time and networking opportunities and development time are crucial for the visit planners to remain up to date all the time. Allowing the team themselves to shape their own directions creates a tremendous buy-in and commitment. Learning from each other's experiences, as I've already mentioned, and also managing themselves. The implementation of this new team has also led to an improvement in our own succession planning and increased talent management. They support my training and development programme, they provide workshops on specific gallery knowledge, and we've also noticed a marked improvement on ALVA results, the Association of Leading Visitor Attractions, our own mystery shopper results, and improvements on feedback forms. Generally, I've noticed within the Visitor Services Department there's been a culture change with the introduction of this new team. Sharing best practice is now becoming commonplace. And rather complimentary is that some of our other competitors are now considering implementing a very similar role. So I'd like to finish by reading you just a small extract from one of our feedback forms received from our visitors. I promise I haven't written this myself, although it might sound like it. So this was from one of our visitors who came along on Saturday the 14th of November, and she wrote to say that her party consisted of 2 adults and 2 children. We went to the bottom of the stairs in the central hall and spoke to a female visit planner. She was friendly and welcoming. She quickly demonstrated an understanding of what would make a really rewarding visit for us. She pointed us in the direction of different areas of the museum, told us the times that events were happening, and linked it all together in a really professional way. Our visit was enhanced by her suggestions. In particular, we took a look at the giant sloth and then took part in a studio event discussing the same thing. Does anybody have any questions?